Okay, real talk. When I first heard that Bobby Berk was leaving Queer Eye, I froze. Like, full stop. This man was the design. He was the glue. He brought a sense of calm, a vision, of grounding to the show that felt irreplaceable. And if you've been writing with Queer Eye since the beginning, you probably felt that too, right? Like, how can you just remove one of the Fab Five and expect the show to feel whole? But then came the twist. A new face. A new energy. And not just any new energy, I'm talking about Jeremiah Brent. Now listen, before we even dive into the why and the how, I gotta be real with you, I had doubts. I thought season 9 was gonna feel empty, or worse, fake. Like they were just patching up the whole Bobby left behind with a pretty face and some polished Instagram aesthetics. But what happened? Season 9 didn't just work, it felt reborn. So let's get into it. Jeremiah Brent walked into the show like he'd been there forever. You ever meet someone new and it feels like you've known them for years? That's the vibe he brought. The moment he entered that first episode, there was this warmth. This soft strength. Like he wasn't trying to replace Bobby, he was just being himself. And somehow, that was enough. But before I go any deeper, let's not forget what we lost. Bobby Berk wasn't just another cast member. He was a safe space in a chaotic world. While Antoni played with flavors, Tan played with fabrics, Karamo dug into feelings, and Jonathan transformed self-esteem, Bobby transformed environments. He gave people back their dignity by reshaping the space they called home. That's not just design, that's therapy. That's healing. That's restoration. So yeah, Bobby leaving? It felt like heartbreak. It felt like a door closing in a house we all helped build. But let me break it down, because the why behind his departure? That story matters too. Bobby said in an interview that he truly thought Queer Eye was over. Mentally and emotionally, he had moved on. He was building a new chapter. And if you've ever stepped away from something you loved because you outgrew it, then you know that feeling. It's scary. It's sad. But it's also human. Then the drama kicked in. Rumors started swirling. Whispers of tension with Tan France. People were speculating, stirring things up online. But Bobby didn't dodge it. He faced it. He said straight up, yeah, there was tension. A personal thing. Not romantic, not dramatic. Just something that had been building. And when he unfollowed Dan, he owned that too. Said he was mad. Said he acted out. And honestly, we've all been there. We've all had a moment where we did something petty because we were hurt. That doesn't make Bobby the villain. That makes him real. And Tan? He didn't clap back. He didn't go public with hurt feelings. Whatever happened between them, it stayed personal. Like Bobby said, they're like siblings. And you know what siblings do? They fight. They mess up. But there's love underneath all that noise. Still, when Bobby walked away, it left a vacuum. And everyone, fans, critics, casual watchers, wanted to know, who's gonna fill those shoes? Enter Jeremiah Brent. Now, if you don't know Jeremiah, let me give you the quick rundown. He's not new to design. Not even close. He was on the Rachel Zoe project. He and his husband, Nate Burkus, that Nate had their own TLC show called Nate and Jeremiah by Design. They've been household names in the world of interior design for years. But here's the thing, Jeremiah had always sort of existed next to Nate's spotlight. He was the quieter one. The softer voice. But Queer Eye? That gave him center stage. And man, he took it. From the first episode of season 9, Jeremiah didn't try to be Bobby. He didn't come in loud or overly confident. He came in humble. Gentle. Thoughtful. And that's what worked. His reactions? Genuine. His connection with the heroes? Deep. He cried. He laughed. He felt every moment, and you could see it in his eyes. You could feel it through the screen. And that's where something shifted for me. There's this moment in one of the episodes, I won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but there's a moment where Jeremiah walks through this hero's cluttered home. And instead of judging, instead of acting like he's there to fix something, he pauses. He takes a breath. And you can literally see him trying to understand the person behind the clutter. That's not just design. That's care. Season 9 brought the series back to life in a way I wasn't expecting. Because Jeremiah isn't just good at what he does, he brings a softness that balances the rest of the group. You've got Jonathan, who is bold and bubbly and fabulous. You've got Dan, sharp as ever, fashion-forward and confident. Antoni, calm, grounded, quietly passionate. Karamo always pulling at the heartstrings, going deep into personal stories. And now, Jeremiah like a quiet storm. Calm on the surface, but powerful in how he shifts a space. How he shifts a moment. And let's talk about the city Las Vegas. Choosing to keep Season 9 based entirely in Vegas was a genius move. It gave the show a heartbeat, a culture, a rhythm. Instead of bouncing around from state to state, this season felt like it belonged in one place. Vegas isn't just casinos and neon. It's people. It's stories. It's struggle and hustle and hidden pain behind bright lights. And the Fab Five? They dug into that. You could tell from the pacing of the episodes. The emotional stakes felt higher. The transformations hit harder. It wasn't about glamour, it was about connection. And Jeremiah? He helped anchor all of that. Because every time he redesigned a space, it felt personal. Like he had crawled inside the hero's soul, figured out what they needed to feel safe and then built that. Now here's the part where I want to ask you something. Do you think a show like Queer Eye can keep evolving without losing what made it special? Because this season proves something to me: the magic of the show was never just about the original five. It was about the mission. It was about empathy, healing, change, hope. The cast will change. People will leave. People will arrive. But if the heart stays the same, then the show lives on. Bobby Berk, wherever he is right now, I hope he knows that his legacy lives in every episode of this show. He helped build something beautiful. And Jeremiah? He's carrying the torch in his own way. Not by copying but by contributing something new. That's what growth looks like. That's what community looks like. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. And that brings me to you. If you've ever felt like something changed in your life and you didn't know if you could handle it, maybe a breakup, maybe a move, maybe someone walking away, I want you to remember this season. Because what it teaches us is simple: new isn't always bad. Change isn't always loss. Sometimes it's the beginning of something even more beautiful. So yeah, to answer the question, does Queer Eye still work without Bobby? Hell, yes. It works. It thrives. But not because Bobby didn't matter. He did. He always will. It works because this show is built on love. Real, messy, complicated, emotional love. And as long as that love is present, as long as those five people, whoever they are, walk into people's lives with open hearts and open minds, this show will keep shining. And maybe that's the lesson here. We don't always get to keep the things or people that made us feel safe. But we do get to grow. We get to let go with grace. We get to open our arms to something new. If this video hit you in the heart, even just a little, do me a favor. Like this video. Hit that subscribe button. And drop a comment below. Tell me what Queer Eye means to you. Tell me your favorite moment. Or just say something you've been holding in. Because this isn't just a show. It's a reminder that we all need each other. That healing is possible. That kindness is power. And you? Yeah, you watching this right now, you're a part of that. You belong here. I'll see you in the next one.